We are looking at Abby's breaststroke under the water, commentary by Coach Chris. We're going to let this play just like the above water. She does a really good job of getting that head down. It's always fun doing these when you're looking at a kid's better stroke, one of her best strokes, because you can kind of talk about a lot of what they do right, and I think that's good. And then, there's a lot more really fine tuning when somebody's got a lot of the details correct. So you're not talking about a lot of the same old gross mistakes. Again, look at that high body position. That's exactly what we want. Nice high hip position. This is the part that I like the most. If you look at the angle where her eyes are, they're looking down and back. And she's holding them there. She's not in a rush to look up. So she's looking at that arrow. She's looking down and back. That is exactly where we want them to look as they're pressing forward. You see a lot of forward movement, no real up and down other than just getting the head low. That hand comes straight out. I mean, I really like this stroke. The only thing that's kind of a little bit of a concern is if you look at the angle of her legs, we're going to kick, and she's really kind of kicking straight back. You see where her legs are. I'm going to draw like a terrible looking arrow. Her legs are kind of going, they're down in a way, but not as far as I like. And not as far as some of the better breaststrokers I've seen. I think she's actually losing some power on her kick. And this could be because she hasn't kicked in a while. But you can see here, before she gets into that angle, she's ready to kick. She's loaded, her hips are forward, she's about to shoot them back. If you see, look, her legs are wanting to go this direction. That's the angle she's going to want to end up. But she's not going to go that direction. She's going to actually flatten out and kick a little bit too far straight back with the legs. So you see the legs end up in this position where they're almost straight back. I would like to see the legs actually end up a little more down. That might be a little extreme. Not quite that far. But usually you want to see this angle with the body. A little bit more downward with that finish position. And what that does is it just brings the kick into the power area of the water. Because really as her feet are moving, they're moving in the same area of the water that her body's passing. So you imagine there's a line. Above the line is the water her body's passing. And that water is getting stirred up by her body passing through it. The water under her is that still water. And so what she wants to do is she wants to kick her feet into that still water. Because that's kind of where the power is. So we'll watch. If she just follow through a little bit more at a little steeper angle, she'll be able to get those feet down deeper. And that'll also get the hips up higher, and her already really good body position would get even better because she'd get those hips up higher to the surface. So a little more down and away with that kick. Not a whole lot, but a little more would help a lot. Really good on the upper body. Really good. Must be from all that pulling. I just really like that pull. And you see that last stroke, though. This is one of the reasons why she's collapsing. Okay, she comes into that last stroke. Unlike her other strokes where she's going straight at the wall, on this stroke she's aiming down at the bottom, or at least the bottom of the cross. And you're going to watch her kind of go down and then up. See how she has to scoop up in order to reach the wall? What she's going to want to do is go right at the wall, just like a regular stroke. So try to avoid this down and up sweep to touch the wall. That down and up sweep right there. Because that's what's putting her in a position where her arms are bent. I mean, look how bent her arm is. And so the only way she can go is up. Would like to see her plant her feet. You see she's not really planted. You can watch her spin. And now she's pushing off. I'd like to see her push off, plant her feet, push off from this position on her side, and then rotate through the initial glide. Here we're going to glide. See all the foot movement on the glide? We can fix that. Tighten those feet, keep them locked in, watch the back feet, watch them. See how they're kind of waving around? Water's grabbing you and slowing you in that. As they move, they're slowing you down. Decent first glide. What I would say is do the dolphin kick first. Get to here. Do the dolphin kick. Use the next glide. Then do the pull. Okay. Now on this pull out, I'd like to see her hands end more on top of her thighs as opposed to the side of her legs. Okay, it's a much more streamlined position if she just pulls through and finishes with the hands on top of her thighs, actually touching the top of her thighs. That'd be a much more streamlined position. Those hands to the side are widening her drag profile, and at the velocities she'll have after that pull, it makes a big difference. A little bit far away from the body with the hands. See how far her hands are? All that space. Finish with your hands on your thighs. Run your hands up your body, like physically touching your body as you run your hands up towards the extension and then the kick. Okay, so you should not have your hands in the water. Your hands should be on your thighs, touching your thighs at the end of that pull, and then actually running up your body, up your stomach, up your chest, to your shoulders, and then you let go of your body and reach forward. But you want to keep that drag profile as tight as possible. Okay, so any space between your hand and your body or your hand and your legs, that is widening your drag profile, and it's allowing the water to grab onto you and slow you down. So keep those hands tighter. You can actually touch your body, it's okay. A little early raising the head. You see she's reaching forward. Now she's going to look up and raise the head. Let's keep that head down through this part. Okay, we're missing that last glide, that last bit of glide, because we're lifting the head too early. Again, nice pull. I mean, the good thing about the kick, and we can see it here, look at how much hip action there is. So she's loaded, and now her hips come back. A lot of back and forth with the hips to drive the kick. Boom. You see that? That was perfect. Hips forward. Watch how hard she drives the hips back to drive the kick. That's perfect. So the kick is almost perfect. We're just kicking too far straight back. We need to kick down and away a little bit more. The turn, just go straight at the wall. Keep the space between your upper body and the wall. Keep it open. Don't let your arms bend. Don't land with bent elbows. Keep the arms straight. You have to keep the window open. On the kick, on the pull out, really, really important. Make sure that you're, keeping the feet under control on the glide. Make sure on the pull that make sure that you do the dolphin kick in streamline before you do the pull. Okay, so you're going to do your glide, dolphin kick. Pull, end with your hands on your thigh. Sweep by running your hands along your body. Actually touch your body. And then reach the hands up. And then kick. And then hold that third glide a little bit longer. You can actually use that third glide a little bit better. Don't lift the head up until you're right under the surface and starting that last stroke. So it sounds like there's a lot that I'm nitpicking, but really a lot of what she does is exactly what we want. It's just fine-tuning now, small little things to change. And hopefully she can take some of these, and we'll keep talking because we do talk about a lot of these, and we'll keep trying to reinforce these with drills as well. Nice job.